Sophie Cunningham here. I'm finally in Indiana and I am so excited to be here and meet all of you. See you guys at the game. Bye.
Those words don't come from someone who refuses to play for the Indiana Fever. They are the exact words of Sophie Cunningham, the WNBA enforcer who just joined Indiana and is ready to transform everything for Caitlin Clark and her team.
Finally here! Got it! All right.
While Sheryl Swoopes claims no one wants to play in Indiana, Sophie Cunningham was proving her wrong with pure excitement about joining the Fever. From her press conference to her workouts and social media posts, everything points to one thing: the Indiana Fever just found their missing piece. And the haters? They're about to eat their words. In this video, we'll dive into everything Sophie said about Caitlin Clark and the Fever, her whirlwind first day with the team, and how she's shutting down the doubters. Ready? Let's go!
Gosh, this is the first time I've seen my jersey. I love this. Like I'm a rookie all over again. No.
What if I told you that while Sheryl Swoopes was busy talking about no one wanting to play for Indiana, Sophie Cunningham was chilling poolside in Phoenix when she got the trade call? And her reaction? No disappointment, no hesitation, just pure excitement.
Where were you when you found out about this, and what was kind of that general reaction to a fresh start here?
Yeah, you guys will learn that if I'm not in the gym, I'm normally by the pool. And so I was actually poolside when I found out. And you know, there's a lot of emotions just because I have been out there for so long. But to be honest, my original thought was like, oh heck yeah, like we're about to go win a championship. Like that's exactly where my mind went. And like I said, it's all about the people, it's about the culture. I learned a lot out there, but now I'm ready to move on to something bigger, something better, and have a lot of really great players around me to, you know, seriously go win a championship.
That's right, the idea that top players avoid the Fever just got crushed. While the haters were busy coming up with their next criticism, Sophie was already locked in and mentally preparing for a championship run in Indiana. A perfect contradiction to all that negative chatter.
You know, I'm stoked. I'm so excited. I think it's refreshing. I've been in Phoenix for the past 6 years, was drafted out there. I've had a really great time. I've been very blessed with being around a lot of GOATs in the game and learning the game on another level. But again, like this is just a new style, and this is the style that I thrive in. When you have people who can shoot the ball, who move the ball, who are running gunners, and share the ball, like this is the type of offense that I want to be.
When Sophie finally stepped into Gainbridge Fieldhouse, her excitement was undeniable. The Fever's social media team captured her pure joy as she explored her new basketball home. In a video that quickly went viral, Sophie introduced herself with unstoppable energy.
I'm just stoked, and like I said, the offense is more my style, but I'm also surrounded by a great culture and great people, and that's what I'm also very excited about, to be here in Indiana.
But this move holds deeper meaning for Sophie. As a Missouri native, returning to the Midwest feels like coming home. I love it, she shared during her introduction to the Indiana media. My roots are here in the Midwest, and being closer to home means everything. This wasn't just a trade for her, it was a return to her heartland.
How cool will it be for you and your family to be back here in the Midwest, something that Caitlin had as well, and within driving distance for everyone, right?
I love it. You know, my roots are here in the Midwest, and just to be closer to home. My sister is married and has a kid, has another one on the way, and family is everything to me. I have a really great support system, and you better believe I've already had over 100, 200 people reach out, hey, how do we get season tickets? I was like, I have no idea. I just got traded 2 hours ago. So I think we're gonna have a pretty cool fan base up here from Missouri. But again, it's my Midwest roots. I'm excited to be around Midwesterners again. It's my type of people, and so I'm happy to.
What makes Sophie's arrival so special is the impact she's already having on team chemistry. In a league where some stars have egos bigger than their talent, Sophie instantly prioritized building a selfless culture.
Just excited, but to be honest, I think when you have a group that can let go of the egos and you're really just here to win and work hard, I think that's the best type of group, and you're all willing to do the dirty work, and I think that's what I'm most excited about. That's my bread and butter right there, is outwork your opponents.
Fans showed overwhelming support, flooding social media with excitement to see her in action. The connection was instant, no adjustment period needed. Sophie didn't just join the team, she fully embraced it from day one.
I've been here and I have been paying a lot more attention to it, and it's crazy, right? Like it's a whirlwind, and there's an adjustment period not only for her but for her teammates around her, for Indiana as a whole. But you know, I think it's all really good things, and so it takes a little bit to get adjusted to it. But after that, I mean, come on, it's part of something great that doesn't come around very often, and so if you're not paying attention, I don't know what you.
This is exactly what the Fever needed, a player who truly wants to be there, believes in the team's vision, and brings both skill and energy to the locker room. While critics like Swoopes push outdated narratives, players like Sophie are proving with their actions that Indiana is now a top destination in the WNBA.
I said earlier this month that you'd be the Sabrina Carpenter to Caitlin's Taylor Swift. Just
That was a joke, but I guess people really took that seriously.
people love it. What excites you about playing with her this year?
I mean, you know, she has changed our game in the best possible way in every way. And so just to be alongside of her and maybe relieve the pressure, being able to shoot and spread the court for her to go do her.
Remember last season when Caitlin Clark took hit after hit, cheap shots, hard screens, and unnecessary contact after the whistle? The Fever just gave her what she desperately needed but never had, a true enforcer who will make opponents think twice.
She's still young, and I think that I've been taken under, Diana took me under her wing, and I've learned a lot from her, and now I hope to kind of do the same for Caitlin if she wants it. I just think the relationship piece is huge, and when you're trying to do something great, it takes everybody, and so I want her to go do her thing, and anything she needs from me, I'm going to be here. But again, I think that like just the competitor that I am, I'm fierce, I'm sassy. I stick up for my teammates, stick up for myself, and so sometimes I think that's okay to be feisty and to be yourself.
Sophie Cunningham isn't just bringing her skills to Indiana, she's bringing her reputation as one of the WNBA's toughest competitors, the kind of player opponents fear going up against. In her introductory press conference, Sophie made it clear, "I'm fierce, I'm sassy, I stick up for my teammates, I stick up for myself." Those 5 words about having her teammates' backs might be the most important thing Caitlin Clark has heard all offseason.
To play in front of the fans, I think that she's drawn a lot of people, not only to Indiana, but to the women's game as a whole. And so just to be a part of something great, just really happy to be.
Let's be real, last season was rough for the rookie superstar. We watched Caitlin Clark get knocked around, bumped, and targeted game after game with little consequence. The physical play kept escalating, while her teammates struggled to step in and defend her. It was like a boxing match where only one fighter had someone in their corner.
Caitlin Clark was getting hit a lot. She was getting hit a lot early, and they needed their Charles Oakley. You've got that in Sophie Cunningham.
This is where Sophie Cunningham shines. During her time in Phoenix, she built a reputation as the ultimate protector. When opponents targeted Mercury stars, they had to face Sophie. Now, she's made it clear that same protection is coming to Caitlin Clark and the entire Fever roster.
So many videos of Sophie Cunningham just starting brawls.
What makes Sophie such a powerful enforcer isn't just her toughness, it's her dedication to doing the dirty work her team needs. She thrives in physical situations, finishes plays through defenders, and creates space for her teammates. This gritty edge fills a major gap in last year's Fever lineup, which often struggled when games turned into physical battles.
Hits a 3, Maisha Hines-Allen fouls her, and then tries to step over, and then Sophie Cunningham grabs her leg. Nobody's going near Maisha Hines-Allen, but no, Sophie Cunningham will start the fight. The refs are trying to break it up. None of the Mercury players are going to go near Maisha Hines-Allen. They're scared. She's scared of bejesus out of them. Maisha Hines-Allen is one of the toughest players in this league. Sophie Cunningham going head to head straight with her.
When you're trying to do something great, it takes everyone. I want her to do her thing. Anything she needs from me, I'm here, Sophie said, making it clear that protecting Clark is part of her mission in Indiana. Her toughness and ability to finish through contact will be key in allowing Clark to shine without always looking over her shoulder.
Sophie Cunningham, in general, is just wild. Wild is the best word I can use to describe Sophie Cunningham. And like, it is just, it's carnage. Like, it's carnage a lot of the time when Sophie Cunningham gets involved with anything. The amount of fights that Sophie Cunningham has been involved in is meant.
The impact of having a true enforcer goes beyond just protecting Clark. Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell will also thrive with someone setting the physical tone. More importantly, opposing teams will have to rethink their strategy against the Fever. The rough-up Clark game plan now comes with serious consequences when Sophie Cunningham is on the floor.
I've always been a huge fan of Stephanie White, and I'm not kidding. We in college we she coached against me and whatnot, and so we've known each other for quite a long time. And since I've been in the league, I was like, hey, when are you gonna coach me? You know, like, it was always just kind of a running joke, and it's been one for the past like 3 or 4 years. And so to finally all kind of come together just at the right time, I'm stoked. I think she's a heck of a coach. I love her offense. I love her approach to games and her approach to her players and the relationship she has with their players. And so I just think that we're gonna do something really special here and moving.
Beyond her physical presence and protection, Sophie brings a basketball fit that feels almost unfair to the rest of the league. While her toughness grabs the headlines, her elite shooting is the real game changer for Indiana's offense. Last season, she knocked down 38% of her shots from beyond the arc, giving the Fever another lethal shooter to surround Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell when defenses try to double-team them.
In Sophie Cunningham, the Indiana Fever are trading for a multi-dimensional wing, capable of knocking down the three ball.
Cunningham is starting to cook. Cunningham 3 is good. Cunningham from the corner.
Locking down defenders.
Several deflections, and this time she gets the steal and the N1 opportunity.
And injecting passion and emotion into the game and into her team.
Remember those frustrating moments last season when defenses swarmed Caitlin Clark with 3 or 4 players? When the ball swung to the perimeter, the Fever lacked enough consistent shooters to make opponents pay, aside from Lexi Hull and Kelsey Mitchell. That's where Sophie changes everything. In her 2022 season, she averaged 12.6 points while shooting a scorching 40% from deep, earning her a spot in the most improved player conversation.
On offense, Cunningham is a floor spacer and a deep shot maker. Each of her last 3 seasons, she's finished top 20 in the WNBA in threes made per minute on the floor among qualified players. And she will join a backcourt that features 2 of the top 5 three-point shot makers from a year ago, Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell.
What makes this duo so dangerous is the perfect style fit. Sophie couldn't hide her excitement when talking about the Fever's playstyle. This is a new style, and it's exactly where I thrive. When you have players who can shoot, move the ball, run the floor, and play unselfishly, this is the kind of offense I want to be part of.
For Cunningham's last 4 seasons, she shot an impressive 38% from the three-point line. And among players to hit at least 200 threes over that time, only 4 players in the entire league have shot it better from distance. One of those being Kelsey Mitchell. And Cunningham's ability to space the floor should give the Fever All-Star backcourt even more room to create on the drive than they had a year ago.
Cunningham's spacing completely changes Indiana's offense. For Clark, it prevents defenders from sagging off to double-team her, creating cleaner passing lanes and driving opportunities. For Aaliyah Boston, it means less congestion in the paint, allowing her to dominate one-on-one. And for Kelsey Mitchell, it provides another reliable shooter to ease the pressure as the team's top perimeter scorer.
Let's look at her defense, where in Phoenix, her versatility was on full display. Capable of guarding 1 through 4 in the lineup, she would defend star point guards one game, then be a small ball 4 the next night. As the Fever look to improve defensively from a season ago, her style fits Stephanie White's perfectly. Aggressive, in your face, and physical.
What often gets overlooked in Cunningham's game is her versatility. At 6 feet 1 inch, she can easily switch between shooting guard and power forward based on matchups. Need a smaller, faster lineup? Sophie can play the 4. Need more size on the perimeter? She can defend bigger wings. This flexibility gives Indiana coach Stephanie White lineup options she didn't have last season.
Style helps create turnover opportunities and fast break chances for her teammates, which underscores how she plays with an intensity and fiery passion matched by few. Throughout her career, Cunningham has had a knack for providing energy when her team needs it most. Cunningham is right in the heart of her prime, just 28 years old.
Imagine the nightmare for opposing defenses. Clark driving and kicking to Cunningham in the corner, Boston dominating in the paint as defenders scramble, and Mitchell attacking closeouts on the weak side. Add in the versatility of Natasha Howard, DeWanna Bonner, and Lexi Hull, who can deliver both buckets and defensive stops. This isn't just theory, it's an explosion waiting to happen with these complementary pieces finally united.
Will bring playoff experience to the Fever too. She's played in 15 playoff games over her 6 seasons and logged nearly 300 playoff minutes. Key experience for a Fever team hoping to make deep playoff runs for years to come.
The stats back up what the eye test shows. When you combine an elite passer like Clark with a top-tier shooter like Cunningham, efficiency soars. Shots that were heavily contested last season now become wide open. Risky passes now hit their targets with space to operate. And the Fever's offense, which often stalled in key moments, finally has another reliable weapon to lean on.
Your initial mindset was, or your initial reaction was, let's win a championship. Yeah. What were the things that were like, oh yeah, this is a lock? You know what? I think that I think that our team right now, like, it's turning heads. And DeWanna Bonner, getting her was absolutely huge. She was one of my bets when I was a rookie coming in, and she's no one to mess with. I love Natasha Howard. You have Aaliyah Boston. You have Kelsey Mitchell. We just have a squad, and our depth is amazing.
While the Fever's offense gains new life with efficient shooting, a championship vision is taking shape in Indiana. Sophie Cunningham wasted no time making bold moves. The moment she stepped into the Indiana training facility, she skipped the formalities and media obligations. Instead, she went straight to the gym with trainer Keith Porter, focusing on contact finishing drills and shooting practice. This wasn't just a new player going through the motions, it was a championship-minded veteran setting the foundation for what she believes is coming. She's changed our game in the best way possible, Cunningham said about Caitlin Clark, acknowledging the superstar at the heart of this revamped Fever roster. But what truly takes Indiana from an exciting young squad to a real title contender is the championship mentality now flowing through their locker room. Remember when Sheryl Swoopes said no one wanted to play in Indiana? That claim looks more ridiculous with every championship-level veteran joining the Fever's revolution. The additions of DeWanna Bonner, Natasha Howard, and Sydney Colson have quietly transformed this roster. Bonner brings unmatched playoff experience as the most battle-tested postseason player in WNBA history. Howard arrives with 3 championship rings and elite two-way versatility. Colson adds championship knowledge and leadership that can't be measured in stats.
Peeps, Sheryl Swoopes is been missing. Sheryl Swoopes is MIA. They got a APB out for Sheryl Swoopes. If you see Sheryl Swoopes, she did a lot of talking a few months ago about the Indiana Fever, the locker room environment, how people didn't want to play there, how people wanted to.
What makes this roster so exciting is how these veterans complement the young core. Cunningham's experience reaching the WNBA Finals in 2021 gives her valuable insight to share with teammates who haven't yet faced the intensity of playoff basketball. She knows the difference between regular season success and championship-level execution. The Fever's championship pedigree is undeniable. With Bonner, Howard, Colson, and Cunningham, they've added players who've competed in a combined 9 WNBA Finals. That's the kind of experience that can't be built overnight. It comes from years of high-stakes competition.
Fever are that golden destination, and I can't help but laugh to the fans and the people online and the media commentators, unfortunately, who said that nobody wanted to play in Indiana. That doesn't make any sense.
Imagine blending a championship mindset with Indiana's already solid foundation. You've got Clark's elite passing, Boston's dominance in the paint, and Mitchell's scoring ability. Now, add veteran leadership, defensive versatility, and deadly three-point shooting from players who've battled through everything the league can throw at them. Suddenly, the goal isn't just making the playoffs, it's winning a championship. From day one, Cunningham proved this mindset by hitting the court for contact finishing drills instead of handling media duties. That dedication shows she understands what it takes to win when every possession is a fight and soft finishes won't cut it.
She's had a lot of pressure on her shoulders, and I think a lot of people, no one's walked in her footsteps, and so it's really easy to judge and to say things, but at the end of the day, we all need to empower each other and be there for each other. I think she's done a lot, not only her, but that rookie class. They've brought a lot of attention to our league, and it's needed. Like, this is what we've always wanted, and so why would we not embrace them and make sure they're good? And so when we first played them, I was like, hey, keep doing your thing. Like, you're doing a great job. If you ever need anything, reach out.
The roster speaks for itself. When Sophie Cunningham highlighted the Fever's depth, mentioning stars like Dawana Bonner, Natasha Howard, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and, of course, Caitlin Clark, she wasn't just naming teammates. She was laying out a championship blueprint. This isn't just optimism, it's a veteran's recognition of elite talent finally coming together.
All-star game. We were just having fun. I mean, she was playing, I was having a good time on the sideline, and I kind of told her, I was like, hey, you ever want to come to Phoenix, let me know. But that one kind of backfired on me. Now I'm here, which is great.
The fans have spoken, and social media is buzzing with comments like Sophie Cunningham makes planet Earth better. This shows not only her value on the court but also her perfect cultural fit with the team. It's not just hype, it's proof that something special is happening in Indiana. Even analysts are taking notice, with the Fever now in the 2025 championship conversation. Remember when no one wanted to play in Indiana? That narrative is officially dead, crushed by championship experience and true passion. The 2025 season can't get here fast enough. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, and subscribe with notifications on so you never miss a moment. See you in the next one.